Standout performances from those 4 games. Time to pick, guys. I know it's going to be tough, but let's pick some MVPs from the divisional round weekend. Kyle and I, we're done. I said it was Case Keenum.
I said Bortles. Blake Bortles, my man.
Nate, you're up.
I'm up. Now, when I watch really climactic moments in football, I oftentimes think of a movie. So I was watching the Patriots game and what was going on with the Titans and the storylines leading up to that. I was thinking about the movie Training Day.
Okay.
And, you know, we had all this conversation going on about the empire falling down and the dynasty crumbling. And I remember Jake, the officer in there, he said, life's about smiles and cries. You got to control your smiles and cries. And that's it. They didn't tell us or let us know that something was going on behind closed doors. We was expecting them to be gossip girls on the sidelines, but the Patriots, they kept it moving. They kept their eyes on the goal. And then Kevin Byard, he comes out and he says, I'm going to make Tom Brady look like Blake Bortles. And I thought to myself, at the very beginning of that movie, Denzel, he's talking to Jake and he says, keep your mouth shut and your eyes open. You might learn a thing or two. And it's almost as if he was saying that to Kevin Byard and every other player that was testing Tom Brady and saying that they were going to do something. They also said in the movie, it's not what you know. It's what you can prove. You can say that you want to turn him into Blake Bortles, but can you prove it? Can you go out there and do it? And then when Tom Brady starts to catch his rhythm in that game and he sees the Titans on their heels, I'm looking at that, I'm thinking about that movie, and Denzel's like, how you want it, Kate? I'm surgical with this ball. And that's what he was. He was surgical, very methodical, going downfield, just chopping these dudes up, taking exactly what he wanted. And as soon as they would back up, he'd check to a run. And then when they would come up, he'd check to a pass. He's going to his running backs, wide receivers, and tight ends. They were doing everything. And by the end of that game, you got Tom Brady, who didn't take his foot off the gas. He went 35 for 53, 337, and 3 TDs at his age, sitting there talking about King Kong ain't got nothing on me. So y'all could keep talking about all these other players and how old he is. What I do know is if you're going to talk trash, if you're going to talk about the dynasty, make sure you do it after you beat him. Because if you do it before, you ain't doing nothing but fueling the fire.
My man.
My man. My man.
My MVP is the other quarterback from Saturday. I thought Nick Foles played terrific on Saturday afternoon. And it's not going to show up in the stat board. But to me, the biggest plays were from Nick Foles' arm. Let's go to the end of the 13 of 16 for 160 yards. Did not cost his team the game. He won his team the game. So with all these end-of-the-world naysayers after Carson Wentz went down that they can't win with Nick Foles, not only did they win with Nick Foles, they were led by Nick Foles. And once again, I want to tip my hat to the coaching staff because Doug Peterson, Frank Reich, and John DeFilippo created an envelope of confidence and an envelope of safety to give Nick Foles the confidence that, yeah, I can come in here and I can not only win this game, I can beat Matt Ryan, I can beat Julio, and I can beat the defending NFC champions. Nick Foles, you're my MVP for the weekend.
You're right. There was this whole either people criticizing him or saying, don't lose us the game. When in the playoffs, no, you got to step up and make plays. And the fact that he led when a lot of people didn't think that he could, that's a great MVP. But
In honor of Prince, call it Purple Rain.
It's not bad.
Maybe R-E-I-G-N if they go on and catch this thing in, right? The infamous tackle. What do you think, infamous?
That's the
Isn't Infamous the rapper who does the
like
Drag Swag? Oh, Mobb Deep.
sounds like
Right.
it's
That's
gonna
Prodigy.
stay
Prodigy.
Minneapolis.
Stone Skull Stunner. This Stone Skull Stunner is good. This is actually really good. You have the skull, you have the stunning, you have the wrestler, and then the Hail Prairie, Eden Prairie. That's actually really good. Hail Prairie, I think, is the best one I've seen
out there.
Do we get Millie to Philadelphia? That's the question, Kay. How does our show help?
Peter, if no one saw it, who is Millie?
Millie is a 100-year-old fan who had never been to a Vikings home game before. The team gets her a ticket.
Somehow.
She's 100 years old, and her only game she's ever seen was that one.
There's Millie.
Right there.
Peter, the question is, how would Philly fan receive Millie? I don't want to see Millie get beer poured on her head. I genuinely don't. And I saw some things this weekend.
So she's turning 100.
Okay.
So we have to go to that game.
Millie to Philly.
Yeah.
Millie, Philly.
And a
Millie to
reminder,
Philly.
Millie.
this is MLK Day, and